Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our English class. Today, we are going to learn different kinds of adjectives from your cornerstone. Chapter 4 Adjectives. What is called adjective? Adjective is the describing word in a sentence. It tells us more about a noun or a pronoun. It can be compared. For example, long, short, tall, happy, smaller, bigger, largest. All these are examples for adjectives. There are different kinds of adjectives. Adjectives of quality, adjectives of quantity, adjectives of number, demonstrative adjectives, interrogative adjectives, and possessive adjectives. Let's read this paragraph. Kolkata is my city. Kolkata is a big city. It stands on the left bank of the beautiful river Hooghly. This river is a tributary of the Ganges. The river usually has enough water throughout the year. Kolkata has two railway stations. There are many monuments in the city. Each monument is quite stunning. Which monument is my favorite? The Victoria Memorial, of course. The words my, big, left, beautiful, this, enough, too, many, each, which have been used to describe or qualify nouns. Let us revise what you have learned about the different kinds of adjectives. 1. Adjectives of quality. Adjectives of quality describe the kind of or the quality of a person or thing. For example, big city, beautiful bride. 2. Adjectives of quantity. Adjectives of quantity indicate how much of a thing is meant. For example, little rain, enough water. 3. Adjectives of number. Adjectives of number indicate how many of a thing is meant. For example, 2 stations, 6 ferries. Adjectives of number are of 3 kinds. 1. definite numeral adjectives, which state the exact number of people or things. And they are of two kinds, cardinals and ordinals. Cardinals tells us the number of people or things. For example, 30 years, 22 days, etc. Ordinals tells us the order of people or things in a series. For example, second example, sixth month of the year, etc. 2. Indefinite numeral adjectives. These adjectives do not indicate an exact number. For example, few children, many people, etc. 3. Distributive numeral adjective. It refers to each one of a number. For example, every child, each person, etc. Now, let's move to the next kind of adjective. 4. Demonstrative adjectives. They indicate which person or thing we are talking about. For example, this river, those girls, etc. The words this, that, these, and those can be used both as adjectives and as pronouns. It is important to distinguish between the two functions. The easiest way to determine the part of speech is to examine whether the word qualifies a noun or points to a noun. Demonstrative adjective will always be followed by a noun. For example, this is a charming old city. Pronoun pointing to the noun city. This book is very interesting. Adjective qualifying the noun book. 5. Interrogative adjectives. Interrogative adjectives are used with nouns to ask questions. For example, which city, whose pen, etc. 6. Possessive adjectives. They show belonging or possession. For example, my bag, their house, etc. It is important to understand the difference between possessive adjectives and possessive pronouns. Let's look at these sentences. My aunt wrote me a letter. This aunt of mine lives in Canada. Jasby spoke to a friend of his about this problem. His friend has promised to help. The words my and his have been used as adjectives because they qualify the nouns that follow them. The words mine and his are possessive pronouns. So, words that describe a noun or a pronoun are called adjectives. Adjectives are also called describing words. We must use appropriate adjectives to describe people or things. Examples of other adjectives are words like honest girl, sincere worker, intelligent child, and confident boy. The features of adjectives are An adjective is a descriptive word. It modifies a noun or a pronoun. Adjectives are usually placed before nouns, but sometimes they may be placed after nouns as well. For example, Rajini is a creative person. Here, adjective placed before the noun. That girl is creative. The dress is new. The child is pretty. In these sentences, adjectives are placed after the noun. We already learnt about kinds of adjectives. Adjectives are of 6 kinds: quality, quantity, number, demonstrative, interrogative, and possessive. An adjective of quality describes the quality of a person or thing. An adjective of quantity specifies the quantity of a thing. An adjective of number tells how many persons or things are meant. A demonstrative adjective is used to point out some persons or things. A possessive adjective shows possession or belonging. Now let's know the features about different kinds of adjectives. Adjectives of quality describe nouns or pronouns. Some adjectives of quality are slow, fast, happy, large, lazy, sincere, hardworking, and red. They ask the question about the noun or pronoun, what kind of. Adjectives of quantity answer the question, how much, with respect to the noun or pronoun they describe. Some adjectives of quantity are enough, much, and some. Adjectives of number answer the question, how many, with respect to the noun or pronoun they describe. Some adjectives of number are many, several, and few. Demonstrative adjectives answer the question, which one. Demonstrative adjectives are this, that, these, those, such, and certain. Interrogative adjectives are words like whose, what, and which. Interrogative and demonstrative adjectives must be followed by a noun. If it is not followed by a noun, it is neither an interrogative adjective nor a demonstrative adjective. And possessive adjectives, first person, if singular, we use my. If first person plural, we use our. Second person singular, we write your. Second person plural, the same your. Third person singular, we write his or her or its. Third person plural, we write their. Some other types of adjectives are proper adjectives, emphatic adjectives, and participle adjectives. Proper adjectives, these are adjectives which are formed from proper nouns. Example, Asian, Christian. Emphatic adjectives, they influence the effect of the noun they are modifying. Example, absolute knowledge, utter lie. Participle adjectives, sometimes participles, ing words used before nouns, are used as adjectives. Example, flying saucer, running bus. This is all for today. I hope you understood the chapter adjectives. Stay safe, stay home. Be good. Thank you.